There will come a day when you stand in front of a mirror and ask yourself, is this it? Is this who I was meant to be? And in that moment, your soul will whisper the truth. Have you listened? Have you answered? Or have you ignored the call of the man you were meant to become? Gentlemen, today is not just another day. Today is the day you wake up. Today is the day you face the man in the mirror and decide once and for all to step into your destiny. Because life is not waiting for you. The clock is ticking. Every second wasted is a second you will never get back. And if you don't take control, if you don't rise, if you don't demand more from yourself, then life will pass you by, and you will look back one day, filled with regret, wondering why you didn't seize your power when you had the chance. We live in a world that has tried to redefine what it means to be a man. They tell you to be passive, to suppress your fire, to play it safe. But deep down, you know the truth. You were born with a warrior spirit. You were meant to build, to conquer, to protect, to create, to lead. That fire inside you, it's real. It's there for a reason. But the world has thrown chains around your soul. It has taught you to settle, to be complacent, to accept less than what you were born for. And I say, no more. Being a man is not about aggression or domination. It is about purpose, strength, and responsibility. A true man stands firm in his values. He honors his commitments, and he moves forward with relentless determination. He does not seek approval from the crowd. He forges his own path. The essence of manhood is growth. It is the ability to evolve, to learn from failures, to adapt, and to become stronger with every obstacle faced. A man does not fear struggle. He embraces it, knowing that hardship is the fire that refines him. A real man does not run from adversity. He does not shrink in the face of responsibility. He does not make excuses. Instead, he rises. He takes ownership of his life, his choices, and his future. He understands that no one is coming to hand him greatness. He must claim it for himself. A true man is also defined by his ability to protect and provide, not just in a financial sense, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. He is a pillar of strength for his family, a source of guidance for those who follow him, and a man of unwavering integrity in all that he does. So the question is, are you living up to this standard? Are you embracing the full power of what it means to be a man? Or have you let the world strip away your strength, your ambition, and your will to fight for what is yours? The choice is yours. No one else can make it for you. The man you were meant to be is waiting for you to rise. Will you answer the call? Every man faces two battles in his life. One is against the world, the challenges, the obstacles, the expectations placed upon him. But the greatest battle, the one that truly defines him, is the war within himself. You see, inside every man, there are two voices. One is the voice of weakness, the voice that tells you to quit, to settle, to play small. It whispers that you are not good enough, that you will never make it, that you should accept mediocrity because striving for greatness is too hard, too painful, too uncertain. But then there is another voice, the voice of strength, the voice of discipline, the voice that tells you to get up when you fall, to push forward when you are exhausted, to fight for the life you know you were meant to live. This is the voice of the warrior within, the voice that refuses to surrender. And every single day, these two voices go to war. The question is, which voice will you listen to? Most men let the voice of weakness win. They let fear control their decisions. They allow comfort to rob them of their potential. They tell themselves, tomorrow I'll start. Tomorrow I'll be better. But tomorrow turns into next week turns into next year. And one day, they wake up old, filled with regret, realizing that they lost the battle before they even started fighting. But not you. Not today. You must make a decision. Right here. Right now. Will you be the man who gives in to weakness? Or will you rise, take control, and dominate your life? And every single day, these two voices go to war. The question is, Which voice will you listen to? Most men let the voice of weakness win. They let fear control their decisions. They allow comfort to rob them of their potential. They tell themselves, tomorrow I'll start. Tomorrow I'll be better. But tomorrow turns into next week turns into next year, and one day they wake up old, filled with regret, realizing that they lost the battle before they even started fighting. But not you. Not today. You must make a decision. Right here. Right now. Will you be the man who gives in to weakness? Or will you rise, take control, and dominate your life? Because make no mistake, this is a war. Every time you hit snooze on your alarm instead of getting up to build yourself, you lose a battle. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you lose a battle. Every time you let fear stop you from taking action, you lose a battle. But every time you push through pain, every time you show up despite fear, every time you refuse to quit, you win. Victory is not found in grand moments of glory. It is built in the small daily decisions you make when no one is watching. So what will you choose? Weakness or strength? Fear or courage? Excuses or action? This is the battle within, and the outcome of this war will determine the man you become. There comes a moment in every man's life when he must face an undeniable truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is responsible for your success, your happiness, or your legacy except you. The moment you fully accept this truth, you gain something most men will never have: power. The power of ownership, the power of control over your own destiny. Too many men go through life blaming others for where they are. They blame their parents, their past, their circumstances, the economy, society, everything but themselves. They make excuses for why they're not where they want to be. And every excuse they make strips them of their power, making them weaker, smaller, more helpless. But real men don't make excuses. They take ownership. Ownership means accepting that your life is a reflection of your choices. Not luck, not fate, not what happened to you, your choices. If you are not in shape, it is because you chose not to prioritize your health. If you are broke, it is because you chose not to develop skills or take risks. If you are stuck in an unfulfilling job, it is because you chose comfort over ambition. If your relationships are failing, it is because you chose not to lead, not to communicate, not to grow. Does that truth sting? Good. Because that sting is what will wake you up. The weak man hears this and gets offended. He says, "But it's not my fault." And that mindset keeps him trapped. The strong man hears this and says, "Then I will do something about it." And that mindset sets him free. Taking ownership is the key to transformation. The moment you say, "Everything in my life is my responsibility," you stop being a victim. You stop waiting for things to change, and you become the change. Ownership gives you control. It means that if you don't like where you are, you can fix it. You can rebuild yourself. You can reinvent your life. You can become the man you were meant to be, but only if you are willing to take full responsibility. So ask yourself right now, are you living as the owner of your life, or are you playing the role of a victim? Because every day, you make a choice. You can either take control, take action, and take responsibility, or you can make excuses and stay exactly where you are. The man you were meant to be is not waiting for permission. He is not blaming the world. He is not hoping someone else will come fix his problems. He is taking ownership. He is making things happen. He is standing up, stepping forward, and taking control of his destiny. The question is, will that be you? If there is one trait that separates great men from average men, it is discipline, not talent, not intelligence, not luck. Discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It is showing up when you're tired, when you're unmotivated, when the excitement is gone. It is the ability to command yourself, to act, to move, to execute, regardless of emotions or circumstances. Because here's the hard truth. Your feelings don't matter. Your excuses don't matter. Your motivation doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you do. Weak men live by emotion. If they don't feel like working out, they skip the gym. If they don't feel like working on their goals, they procrastinate. If they don't feel like taking responsibility, they make excuses. But strong men live by discipline. They show up whether they feel like it or not. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Want to be in shape? Discipline will get you there, not motivation. Want to build wealth? Discipline will get you there, not luck. Want to be respected? Discipline will earn it, not wishful thinking. You cannot rely on motivation. Motivation is a liar. It comes and goes. Some days you wake up feeling ready to conquer the world. Other days you wake up and don't feel like doing anything. If you wait for motivation, you will never achieve anything great. But discipline? Discipline is consistent. A disciplined man doesn't negotiate with himself. He doesn't ask, "Do I feel like it?" He simply does it. Because he knows that every action compounds. Every workout, every hour of hard work, every decision to push forward builds momentum. And that momentum creates an unstoppable force. Discipline also breeds self-respect. When you keep your promises to yourself, when you wake up early, when you push through pain, when you refuse to quit, you build trust in yourself. You become a man who commands respect, not just from others, but from yourself. On the other hand, when you break your promises, when you hit snooze, when you procrastinate, when you let yourself off the hook, you lose trust in yourself. You become weak, filled with regret, always wishing you had done more. So ask yourself, are you living with discipline, or are you living on excuses? Because discipline is not a sometimes thing. It's not something you do only when it's convenient. It's a way of life. It's the foundation of success. It's the price you pay for the life you want. You will not always feel like doing the hard work. Do it anyway. You will not always feel like showing up. Show up anyway. You will not always feel like pushing forward. Push anyway. Discipline is what builds strong men, and strong men build great lives. So the question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to live with discipline? Or will you keep waiting for motivation that may never come? The choice is yours. Every man carries fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being enough, fear of stepping into the unknown. But here's the truth that most men never realize. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is your compass. It shows you exactly where you need to go. Weak men run from fear. They let it control them. They avoid challenges, stay in their comfort zones, and make excuses for why they can't move forward. And because of this, they remain small, stuck, and unfulfilled. But strong men face their fears. They walk toward them, not away from them. Because on the other side of fear is everything you've ever wanted. Think about it. The body you want? You fear the pain of discipline, the struggle of getting in shape, the success you want? You fear failure, risk, and the possibility of looking stupid. The relationships you want? You fear rejection, vulnerability, and being hurt. So you avoid the fear, and in doing so, you avoid growth. But what if you flipped the script? What if you started chasing fear instead of avoiding it? What if, every time you felt fear, you took it as a signal that you were on the right path? Because the truth is, fear never goes away. No matter how strong you become, no matter how much you achieve, fear will always be there. The difference between successful men and average men is not that successful men have no fear, it's that they act despite fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling fear and doing it anyway. So let me ask you, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of failing? Good. Fail fast. Fail often. Learn. Adapt. Keep moving. The man who fears failure more than mediocrity will never achieve greatness. Are you afraid of rejection? Good. Get rejected. Get rejected again and again until rejection no longer controls you. Rejection is just proof that you had the courage to try. Are you afraid of stepping into the unknown? Good. Step into it. Because certainty is an illusion. Growth only happens when you walk into uncertainty, take risks, and trust yourself to figure it out. The fear you feel is not a stop sign. It's a green light. It's telling you to move forward, to step up, to become more than you are right now. But most men ignore this. They wait for the fear to disappear before they take action. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. And because of that, they wait forever. You cannot wait for fear to leave you. You must act in spite of it. So the next time fear whispers in your ear, telling you that you can't do it, that you're not ready, that you might fail, smile, because that means you're exactly where you need to be. Now, step forward, face your fear, walk into it, and watch yourself become the man you were always meant to be. There is a version of you, stronger, wiser, more disciplined, more courageous, waiting on the other side of your excuses, your fears, and your weaknesses. This man is not a fantasy. He is real, he is possible, and he is waiting for you to rise. But here's the truth. You don't become that man by accident. You don't wake up one day and suddenly have the discipline, the confidence, the success, or the respect you want. You must build that man. You must create him through your actions, your habits, your mindset, and your relentless commitment to becoming better every single day. Most men live their entire lives as lesser versions of themselves. They stay comfortable. They avoid risk. They never push beyond their limits. And because of that, they never truly live. But the man you were meant to be? He is forged in fire. He is built through hardship. He is shaped by discipline. He is refined by pain, by failure, by setbacks, and by the unbreakable will to keep moving forward. So if you are waiting for someone to give you permission to step into your power, stop waiting. No one is coming to do this for you. If you want to become the man you were meant to be, you must start acting like him today. You want to be disciplined? Start keeping your promises to yourself. You want to be respected? Start showing up with integrity no matter what. You want to be successful? Stop making excuses and start putting in the work. You want to be strong? Stop avoiding struggle and start embracing it. You want to be fearless? Stop waiting for fear to disappear and start acting despite it. Because the truth is, the man you were meant to be is already inside you. He has always been there. He is just waiting for you to stop holding yourself back. And here's the secret. You don't become that man overnight. You become him in the small choices you make every single day. Every time you wake up early instead of hitting snooze, you become that man. Every time you face a challenge head-on instead of running from it, you become that man. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, action over excuses, courage over fear, you become that man. So the question is, are you going to step up? Are you going to do what it takes? Are you going to become the man you were meant to be? Because no one else can do this for you. No one else can fight this battle. No one else can claim this life. This is your time, your moment, your responsibility. So stand up, take ownership, face your fears, master discipline, push beyond your limits, and step into the greatness that was always meant to be yours.